Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Let's talk about the structure on the Bitcoin chart. Any changes to the previous update? Bitcoin has made a slightly higher high, however has not taken out Tuesday's high, but is catching up and recovering more and more of the Tuesday losses, basically very close to making a new all-time high. And yeah, it just doesn't want to come down. And also we have no evidence at this stage that the red wave C is unfolding, even though this is still a likely scenario that we're basically working here on still some kind of a B wave, right, of the red count, okay, red B wave with a C wave drop that could follow. However, I want to make it very clear that the invalidation point for the white count, which is just looking here only on the 1 hour chart, one more extension in red wave 3. So basically we would put red wave 3 here. We're dealing with one more extension as possibility, and it's actually a setup, yeah, for going higher as long as the wave 2 low is holding. So that is at 62,800 pretty much. As long as this level is holding, that you could see it as upside pressure. So obviously the situation is very dynamic because we're dealing here obviously with really micro structures. Okay, we're dealing with microstructures and they change frequently. And you know, for example, the first clue now that a C wave would start, it would be a 5-wave move to the downside if it's clear. But obviously I cannot make a video when I see a first 5-wave move down. It might be too late then, you know. So I'm just telling you, okay, we still can or have to watch for potentially that C wave to the downside, which would be a 5-wave pattern. But within these 5 waves, we should also see 5 waves in wave 1 and then a lower high in wave 2. So if we see that initial 1-2 setup to the downside and it's clear, and they are not always clear, then we have a nice setup for lower in wave C. And that's something that has to be considered when we analyze the microstructure, but the microstructure only. If we go down, it would not change the overall bullish outlook on the Bitcoin chart. At the moment, Bitcoin isn't very clearly communicating if it wants to form another high, yeah, in basically in an extension of the larger third wave, or if it plans to come down in wave C. I can tell you, as I said in the previous video, there is at the moment absolutely no evidence that the C wave has started to unfold. So higher is possible against the wave 2 low. Obviously, we're quite far away. I see as a possible target the area between 72 and 73K next. Yep, further extension is always possible. We have to take it level by level. We're here only on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, the bigger picture, obviously, as said in the previous video, I mean, the daily chart shows upside potential into the 125K region, yeah, possibly even higher. But 125K is and has been sort of my, bull market projection that is kind of realistic. Yep, it can always go higher, you know, but there's no way for me to see that right now. I need to see then more of the price data and structure as we're getting closer to that target. So, but looking at the microstructure here, looking at the fluctuations, the white count is certainly a reasonable interpretation, but there are 2 major swing lows, or major, on the 1 hour time frame here. Two important swing lows that need to hold. First is that B wave low. That's not so important. Can always reset the B wave a little lower, but ideally it's holding. That is at 64,570, and below that level, that's very important, the wave 2 low. The wave 2 low, I mean, yeah, that should really hold. At the moment, we only have 3 waves up. You could say, okay, maybe, but didn't we get 5 waves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, but it's not a 5-wave move. Yeah, we have visually 5 waves, but the Fibonacci projections do not align. So what I normally want to see and need to see is for a third wave, which is this one, I need to see minimally 69,810, but ideally 70,680 plus. Then we should get a wave 4 and a wave 5. Okay, so that wave 4, we haven't even completed wave 3 as it seems. And it's possible that in the white count, yeah, the B wave bottomed, and we might just start that C wave to the upside. It's a bit messy. Maybe the B wave also completed as a triangle, but then it should really break out. Okay, so that's what I'm tracking. Key levels here, as I said, maybe to summarize, 64,000, 650. One second, 64,000. Yeah, 650 is the B wave low, or the previous swing low at least. That needs to hold. Okay, if it breaks, then we can still find local support above the wave 2 low at 62,800. If that breaks, it suggests we are revisiting the orange count, orange support area in the red C wave count. But both counts have to be considered in a trading plan. It's not even clear which one is in control at the moment. It depends on which perspective you want to take, as a trader as well. We could very clearly say that there is a setup for higher prices into the 72 to 73K region as long as the wave 2 low is holding, because there's currently absolutely no evidence that the C wave to the downside has started, and the B wave is really already getting to its limits. I mean, obviously, B waves can overshoot, yes, but the higher the B wave goes, the more probable that we're actually filling in here this white count step by step. Overall, still bullish. The levels should be very clear now, and maybe to round it off, the support area down there is between 59,350 and 49,490, even though probably if we come down in the wave C, we will not go down to test the 50% fib level, not in this structure at least. Probably rather here the 38.2, if at all. I mean, the C wave has a certain Fibonacci relationship to the A wave, and oftentimes it's the same length. So what we sometimes do is we take the length of the A wave, we go to the high of the B wave just to compare, and then the 100% extension level is a reasonable target, 58,040. So that would be the first level, and then 55,901, and then maybe even the 1.38 if it's a long C wave. That basically would take us to 54,635. But they are at the moment only potentials. That potential is currently not being realized by the market as it's holding at a pretty high level. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.